Hi everyone and welcome back to Aquatic Life Food. So today in this video I'll be talking about our live foods that arrive dead on arrival, or if you suspect that your live foods have arrived dead on arrival. So it is important to know that during the shipping process, live foods can be less active, much less active, and they sometimes appear dead on arrival. This is especially due to the small size of many of our live foods, like copepods and daphnia, and other live foods that have a certain transparency about them. They can also be very difficult to see. So it's important to keep in mind that the average size of a copepod is about 150 or 0.150 millimeters. This is tiny, so they can appear as speckles, and sometimes people think that they have died and the speckles are just a remain of the live foods, but this isn't the case in most of the times. So 1 millimeter is 1,000 If you just keep that in mind, you realize how small these copepods are, and that's just the copepods. There are also other live foods that can be smaller or larger. So 95% of the time, with some new water and acclimation, live foods start to become more active, and then we can start to see that they are alive and that they're okay. They can just become very still. So they do this because during the shipping process, they are without food. They are in a different environment than usual. We do our best to keep their environment stable, but this is not always the case. So what happens is when they arrive to you, they can be a bit still. They're deprived of food. They're deprived of oxygen, especially. So I'm going to show you in this video how to quickly check your live foods to see if they are moving, and just to have a little bit closer look. So this is a bottle of water. No copepods in there, but I'm just going to be showing you today how to do it. So when you receive it, you want to make sure that you have a torch of some kind. And with that torch, all you're going to do is hold the bottle up. And do you see how much more you can see as soon as that torch is shining from the bottom? Now that actually in person is so much more clear than what it is even showing on the video, but even in the video you can see how much more you can see. You can even tell the little tiny speckles of fragments of, I don't even know what is in that water, but you can see everything. So the point is that even though the copepods are tiny, as soon as you shine this torch underneath, you can see a lot more. You can start to see if they are moving. You can start to see a little bit more with the naked eye. So that's step one. And you can maybe have a little bit of reassurance there. Okay, they're looking a little bit better than I thought. Okay, what can I do? So even if they aren't looking better, even if you're really determined that they are dead, this is step two. You want to start the acclimation process. Now we're going to be having a separate video on the process of acclimation of all our live foods. I'm going to be taking you through exactly what to do to acclimate everything. We already have a blog article on this, but I think it'll be very helpful to have a video. So just briefly, after you've checked if you are sure or not sure, or you are even determined that they're dead, I need you to just do one last step, which is to start the acclimation process. You don't have to complete it, but at least start it. So these copepods, for example, live foods, they are out of oxygen. They are very limited in their oxygen supply from the shipping process. So what I need you to do is to grab a separate container. It doesn't have to be a tank, just a container of some kind, and pour your bottle of copepods into the separate container where there's a little bit more space. Now, from there, say it's a 250 ml bottle of copepods. For that volume of copepods, you need about 50 mils of your tank water. Or if you aren't using your tank water, just some new water. So whether that be salt water or fresh water or whatever you are using for your home culture system or tank, it doesn't matter, but just some fresh water that will have oxygen in it, so that has been exposed to oxygen. So say it's your tank water, you grab 50 mils of your tank water, and in this separate one that in this separate container that you've already poured your copepods into, you then need to just pour 50 mils, which isn't much, 50 mils of tank water straight into there with the copepods. If you let that sit for a little while, I can guarantee you that it is just like the copepods are just taking a big deep breath in again. So after a little while, you might start to see them move a bit more. And then you can be rest assured that you can finish the acclimation process, which you can watch in the next video. So I'll link below when that's live. But for now, that's a really good way to start, because it can be as simple as your copepods have been in transit for 2 to 4 or maybe even 5 days, and they've survived, but they're very still because they're starving, they're oxygen deprived, and they're in an unstable environment. So what you need to do is to get them in the environment that they need to be in, get them their oxygen back, and that can really help you out. From there, there's also obviously the possibility that they are completely dead, they're not moving, and that's totally fine. This happens sometimes as well. So in that 5% of cases that they are dead, I'm going to have another video on the dead on arrival process, which is going to take you through what to do when you receive your live goods and they are 100% dead in your mind. You want to make sure that you get a refund or a replacement. So what you should do. I'm telling you now, before you even watch the next video, do not throw your live goods out, have them on hand, and be sure to watch the next video in order to find out how to do it. We already have it online, so don't worry if you don't have the video in time. You can find our process online. I just think that these videos are a really good way for you to learn as well. So thank you for watching. I think this is really helpful because our live goods are something that not all companies have to deal with and not all customers have to deal with, but I think together we can make this work. I'm hoping that this video did help you to understand the process of the live foods and their transit. And thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe for all the future videos that may help you. Remember to put a thumbs up on this video, and I'll see you next time in the next videos. Thank you.